Hello and welcome to the Rise On Up Recurring Income System training. I am so honored that you are joining me here today. And this has been a labor of love on my part, but I am just really excited to be rolling this out. So what is Rise On Up? It is a recurring income system explosion on a unified platform. And I'll get into all of that and what it means. But you are in the right place if you are ready to leverage your time and to make more money. If you're a coach or a trainer, you can use this system to create a consistent revenue stream in your business, more peace of mind, and more time to do what you love to do. So I applaud you for being here. And you are actually here prior to our official launch, which really makes you part of our inaugural launch team, which is a great thing because we've been in soft launch mode now for a few weeks, and I have been trickling out information about this program, and a number of people joined up to attend this training. And I really am honored that you did it, and I'm grateful, and I consider you part of our beta program for this, and an early adopter, and it shows that you are willing to create systems in your business, that you want new information, that you're hungry to learn, and that you're willing to spend 60 minutes working on your business and not in your business says a lot about you. So congratulations for being here. And I do want you to know that because you are part of our inaugural group, there are going to be some special gifts for you at the end. And of course, you will also be getting the resource guide, which I promised to you before you came on. So in addition to the resource guide, there will be some other great bonuses as well. So, after speaking with hundreds of coaches and trainers, I've really found that the three biggest concerns that entrepreneurs, particularly people who are coaches, have, and that is that they really don't have a consistent cash flow coming in every month. So there just isn't enough money coming in on a regular basis to make it comfortable to reinvest in the business and to make a living. And they suffer by not having enough leads. So there seems to be a feast or a famine when it comes to leads as well. And there's just not enough time to do everything that we need to do as an entrepreneur, right? So we have to serve our clients, we have to create our programs, and we have to think about our marketing, and we have to be constantly worrying about all of the different things that business owners worry about. And, we're writing blogs, and we're doing calls with clients, and then we're jumping off into some technology thing. So we just feel like we're pulled in so many different directions. And what I really want to do over the next 60 minutes is to help you to create a step-by-step blueprint that will allow you to create your own online training program that you are going to be able to sell over and over and over again. So I'm going to show you how to create that program and make sure that it has a big outcome, so it's very attractive, and then how to break it into modules, how to host it online, make it accessible to anyone, anytime, anywhere, and then automate the marketing so that you can continuously enroll clients. So it's going to be a very worthwhile 60 minutes. Hi, I'm Janet Clark. In case we haven't met, I know most of you I probably have met, and I am on a mission to help coaches and trainers to build momentum and systems in their business, because I really know what it's like to have a calling to serve, to really have a strong desire to help people, and a determination to make a living doing it. So not just to be able to go to work and do one thing and then do what I love on the other. I want to blend that and make a living out of it, and I know you do too. So here's a little bit about me. I just celebrated 40 years of marriage, and I have raised 4 sons who are all married, and I have 7 grandchildren. And so I started out very young as a young wife and mother and a career person. And so I know the challenges of balancing that work and life. And I know exactly how important it is for everybody to be able to leverage their time as an entrepreneur. And so what we're looking for when we leave the corporate world and we become an entrepreneur is that ability to have the free time and to have financial freedom as well. So I spent 30 years in the corporate world, and I worked for telecommunications companies, one of them being AT&T, and then a few other different companies as well. And I had roles like things like National Sales Director of eBusiness Solutions, where it was my job to go in and open a new division, hire all the sales teams and the technical teams as well. So I have a lot of background in helping clients implement technical solutions. And then I spent 10 years as an entrepreneur where I built my own company called Integrated Communications. And it was a telecom sales agency that I built to a more than 6-figure residual income business. So that recurring income stream is actually still paying me, and I haven't worked in that business in over 2 years. So we love the idea of recurring income. And once you get used to it, you're never going to want to be without it. So that's what we're all about in Rise On Up. So let's see, about 2 years ago, I started getting this bug like, I don't really want to sell business to business anymore. I really want to work with individuals. I want to make a contribution. I want to add some value. I have a lot of background and skills, and I really think that I could help entrepreneurs with their sales and marketing. And that's when I started the Freedom Shift. Now, over the course of the last little over a year, what I've really been doing with the Freedom Shift is putting a team together. And I have built a really incredible team of technical people, marketing people, copywriter, social media people. So we really have a diverse group of people that every entrepreneur needs that kind of a team behind them. And so you'll hear more about that as we go on today. But what I've learned over the course of my years of working is that when you have a passion to help others, you really can turn that into financial freedom. And it takes the right system to do that. And you need these systems in place in order to attract your ideal clients and to educate them. And you can make a profound impact in the world and create a recurring income business for yourself where you can thrive and have an awesome livelihood. So I know that it's possible to do it because I've done it. I've already implemented this system at the Freedom Shift, and I know it works. So here's what we're going to cover in this training. I'm going to teach you how a program like this can give you peace of mind and how to implement it so that it does give you peace of mind. And there'll be 5 steps in the program, and the 5 steps spell out the word peace. So step 1 is plan. Step 2 is E for execute. Step 3 is automate. 4 is communicate, and 5 is enroll. So we are going to go through these steps, and I am going to show you how to plan, execute, automate, communicate, and enroll your clients, which is an awesome thing. So before we really get into it, I would like you to just take a minute now, and I'm going to take a minute and take a breath, and sort of settle in. make sure you have a notebook with you and turn off anything that's going to distract you. Because for the next 45 or 50 minutes, I'm really going to lay out a plan for you that is going to be your blueprint to get you to create a system that you will always have. I call it an evergreen system. It's just once you have it, you will always be able to sell into it. So it's really worth spending this hour on your business and getting yourself this plan in place. So here we go. Let's talk about step one, the plan. I do like quotes, so I'll be throwing a few of those out throughout the training. And my first one is, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And that's actually a quote from Ben Franklin. And it's really probably something that a lot of entrepreneurs think they have a plan, but their plan is really 100 things. And so it's really not a focused plan. So it's really important to set aside this time to create a plan that you can literally focus your attention on implementing one step at a time. And once you do that and you can start implementing plans in a logical, sequential way, you're going to find that you're going to get a lot more done in your business. So here's the plan. You are going to create an online video training program that can be accessed by your ideal client anytime, day or night, from anywhere, no matter where they are in the world, and from, any, whether they're in Starbucks or the home, or in an office. It'll be anytime, anywhere, and from any place. So you can sell it over and over and over again. And this will become your recurring income system. And it will grow your business because you will then have cash flow that you can use to reinvest in your business or just to have fun. So we are going to design your signature training program. Now, in order to do that, it's really important that you understand that this program that you're designing has to be something that is going to give a tangible result to your clients. So it needs to start with your passion. Like, what are you, let's start with the why. The question is why. Write that down. Why do I do what I do? What's my purpose? What's my calling? What's my passion? And when you can really answer that question and you know what's in your heart, it's going to come through in your program. It's something you're passionate about, like I'm passionate about recurring income. And then you want to look at, who are you going to serve? Who is your ideal client? Now, I'm actually going to let you in on a little secret, because I've talked with hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs in my networking groups and with clients that I've talked with, people from my list, other entrepreneurs that I meet. And the interesting thing is that 99% of the time, your ideal client is you, believe it or not. So rather than stressing out about who do I want to serve, it usually comes down to whatever you could say about you is exactly who is going to be your ideal client. So I just throw that out to save you a little bit of time. And the next question is what? What is it that is going to be the tangible result that your client is going to be able to get? So what's in it for them? Now, there's all kinds of different types of training, right? Where you could just throw out a lot of information, or it could just be some tidbits of information in a big picture. But that's not the kind of training that you want for this signature program. What you want to create is a program that is going to give an outcome that your ideal client wants and needs, and something that you can walk them through in a systematic and step-by-step way. So start thinking about that. Now, again, you don't have to get the answers to all these questions right now, but you need the questions so that when you do go after this and training and you have your blueprint, you're implementing it, you can go through and you can answer these questions so that you can create your training. The next question is how. How are you going to best deliver this information to your clients? Now, everybody is going to do video, and I'm going to explain to you why a little later, but assume it's going to be video, some video, some audio. The different elements that you could put into a training program might be worksheets, workbooks, guides, manuals, PowerPoint presentations. So there's, different things that you could have that would be part of your program. You could have some live Q&A events, calls. You could have maybe even one-on-one, so a little bit of one-on-one time. Maybe you'll have, but don't put a lot of that in there because remember this is recurring income and you want this automated. You could have things like private Facebook group or something like that. So now you want to talk about the where, the answer to the question where, and it's always going to be the same because everybody's going to be doing an online platform. So where, you're going to be hosting it online. Now you could actually develop a program that you could also deliver in workshops and one-on-one coaching, and that's fine. But for the intent of this recurring income system, it needs to be online. And then you decide how long the program is going to run. So if you're going to run a 3-month program, a 6-month program, a 12-month program. Now, ideally, it would be great if you could run a 12-month program and people would go into that because then you would know you would have that cash flow for the entire year. However, it really doesn't matter because once you get people into a program, if it's a 3-month program, then after that, there can be a next level that they can come and continue to work with you. And maybe that's in a different model. Maybe it's another online program. Maybe it's a different, you do VIP days, or maybe you do one-on-one training. But that can become your next stage of your program. But this is the foundational program that's actually going to do your recurring income. And then focus on getting people to be paying you on a recurring income basis for something that is automated that you don't have to do a lot of work to provide once you create it. So that's the whole clue. All right. So let's move into step 2, which is execute. What you are going to do in this execute program is actually, step is design your program. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do, says Carl Jung. And that's really important because it's great to have a plan, but if you don't execute and actually follow through and make something happen, then you're just going to keep planning and planning and planning, but you'll be stuck. And I know a lot of people do get stuck. And so we are not going to let that happen. We are going to execute. So the first thing we do is we're focusing on our program right now. And we are going to design that program. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to create all the modules and do all the video recording. We're just actually going to create an outline for the program. But it needs to start with a name. Now, when you name your program, you want that name to be based on what the deliverable is going to be or what the outcome is going to be. So, for example, RISE is Recurring Income System. So that's why the name of the program is good because it tells you what you're going to get at the end of the program. So you can come up with a name for your program, and that might take a little bit of brainstorming. That's, of course, after you figure out what your deliverable is going to be. And then you will complete, sort of outline what you're training, how you'll deliver it in modules. So you break it into modules or segments and figure out what those are going to be. And then you figure out what you're going to use as resources to implement the training along with the videos. So we know we're going to do videos, but you also maybe at this point decide whether you'll do a PowerPoint, whether you'll do a workbook, a live Q&A call, how you're going to deliver each module that you have for the program. And then you'll take the time after you outline that into your modules to actually come up with at least 3 benefits that your clients are going to get from your program. So you already know what the deliverable is going to be. So in the case of the RISE program, it's a recurring income system. That's the deliverable. Now, what are the benefits that you'll get from creating your recurring income system? Well, number 1, you're going to get peace of mind. Number 2, you're going to have more money. And number 3, you're going to have more time, because this is the way you leverage your time. So we know what our results are. We know what the benefits are going to be. And at this point, it's not necessary to go forward any further in creating the program, because you're going to be able to do that as you enroll clients. You'll just be one step ahead of actually putting that program out there. Now, some people might say, oh, I want to have everything done. I want to have the entire program online and ready to go. And I'm going to tell you why that's not a great idea. Because what you really want to be able to do is react to the dynamics that are going on when people are in the program. So once people start in the program and they go through, say, your first module, which you'll create, you're going to be looking for feedback from them so that you can make tweaks, adjustments, maybe add in something if you're finding that there's a little bit of confusion. So if you have the entire program all laid out and already recorded and done, you're probably going to end up redoing a lot of it. So it doesn't make sense to do that. It's really going to be, you'll do it once, but you'll actually do it when you have people going through it. And that makes the most sense. I know, because I'm speaking from experience. Okay, so let's go back to our next step, or move on to our next step, and that is automate. Now, this is where things get technical a little bit, but I don't want you to feel like it's going to be complicated, because it isn't. So, as Bill Gates says, automation applied to an efficient operation will magnify that efficiency. So, once you've determined what your online training program will be, you've created that outline and you've named the program, now you need to automate it in such a way that you can get videos recorded, you figure out where you're going to host those videos and the other resources that you have, workbooks and PowerPoints and that sort of thing. What marketing tools are you going to use? How are you going to actually get the word out and attract clients into the program in an automated way? And how will you collect payment? And how are you going to actually put it all together into a system and implement it? So let's talk about that, because these are the things that are important that you need to do to automate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through these in a very pretty quickly. But what I'm going to give you is I'm going to give you the tools that are the most simple, the most basic, and the most inexpensive. So even if you have no website, or your website needs updating, if you have no sophisticated marketing tools and you can't afford any subscriptions to any of them, and even if you feel like you're totally technology challenged like I am, you will be able to create this system. And so the first thing that you're going to need is a landing page. So let me go back here and just say there's going to be 5 tools. that you're going to use. And I'll tell you what the 5 tools are, and then that way I can go through each one very quickly. The first is you need a landing page. And actually, you'll need more than one landing page, and I'll describe that in a minute. You need video recording tool and a hosting for video. You'll need an autoresponder. You'll need a payment gateway, and you'll need a step-by-step plan. So let's talk about the landing page. A landing page is where people are going to go to get access to a free training webinar that you're going to offer. And that free webinar would be similar to the one you're on right now, where people are going to get valuable content from you, and they're going to learn something from you. And it's going to whet their appetite to want to get more from you. So in order to do that, they need to go to a page where they can actually access that video, get access to your video training. And then you're going to need a landing page, which is a sales page. So after people go to your free webinar, you can invite them to enroll in your program. And in order to do that, they would need to go to a sales page. And then both of those pages would obviously need a thank you page. So somebody opts in for the webinar, then they need to get a thank you page. And after they become a client, they need to go to a thank you page that tells them the next steps. Now, the thing about landing pages is that there's a lot of different ways you can create them, but the key is they have to convert. And they have to be tried and proven. So I am strongly recommending to you that you use Leadpages. Now it's www.leadpages.net. It's not important that you know that right now because that will be in the resource guide. And the reason that I'm recommending Leadpages is because they are simple to use. They are templates. You don't have to have a website in order to use these landing pages. You can embed video into them very easily. And there's no coding or anything like that. They're 100% mobile friendly. Now that is very key because people are using their iPhones, they're using their Android phones, their tablets and whatever. And if the landing page doesn't show up right, they're not going to opt in. So it's extremely important that you have mobile friendly. And the other great thing about Leadpages is that they have a very awesome support team. So you will be able to get the help that you need if you do run into a problem, but I don't expect that you would. Now, there is a small investment for Leadpages, which is somewhere, I think you can go for as little as $37 a month, but it is well worth the investment. So there are other options that you'll see when you get the resource guide for creating landing pages, but I am advocating that you use Leadpages. Okay, the next thing is the video. So you're going to have to get these videos recorded and hosted somewhere. And I am going to tell you that Google Hangouts on Air is the easiest free way to do it. And the great thing about using Google Hangouts is that once you create your video, it will automatically upload to YouTube. And there'll also be benefits for search engine optimization for webinars that you create, promotional webinars. So although you won't have your training program, right, your signature training program won't be available to the public on YouTube, you might want your promotional video to be. Now, Google owns YouTube, and obviously Google is a search engine. So if you're creating your videos using Google Hangouts on Air, then you're going to have much higher search engine opportunities than you would if you were creating them some other way. So I highly recommend that you just use Google Hangouts on Air if you don't have access to any other kind of a recording for your videos. And again, we do have experts in-house at the Freedom Shift, and we can give advice and help people with Google Hangouts. So the next thing would be an autoresponder. Now, the autoresponder you probably are already using. So if you're doing any kind of email marketing, you have an autoresponder. If you have a list, you're using an autoresponder. But if you don't, you are going to need one. So if you're using something like MailChimp, Aweber, GetResponse, Constant Contact, that's fine. Any of those will work, and it's not always great to move a list from one to another if you already have one that you're using, unless you had a real reason to do it, and I'll give you that in a minute. But the autoresponder you're going to use for marketing campaigns, you'll use to communicate with your clients, and to stay in touch with people who come to your webinar but maybe aren't quite ready to get into your program yet. So you'll have multiple marketing campaigns going on through your autoresponder. And I am going to tell you that personally, we love Infusionsoft. However, Infusionsoft is high end. So if you decide that you want to use Infusionsoft and you need support, we will offer that to you. And that would be something that you could talk to me offline about. But if you want to do this yourself and you have any of the other autoresponders, or you just want to figure out how to use them, then just pick one and you'll be good. The next thing you need is a payment system. Now, I'm not even going to spend any time on this. I'm just going to tell you to use PayPal because we're trying to be simple here. PayPal is simple. The transaction fee is small. And you can set up recurring payment plans with PayPal. So for a basic system, just use PayPal and don't agonize over gateways and all these other things. Now, the last and the most important part of the automating stage is to have a step-by-step blueprint, a plan of how to implement it. And that's what you're creating right now. So at the end of this, you will have your blueprint in your hand, and you will have the resource guide that you're going to get at the end of this training. So you will be ready to go and implement this program. And I will tell you, just in case you aren't inclined to do this on your own, that there is a way to get help. Now, I will say it is entirely possible for you to set this up on your own and use these tools that I'm telling you and make this system work. However, it's also possible to have the Rise On Up team hold your hand and walk you through it step by step by step. And I will tell you more about that at the end. But just so that you don't get too freaked out if you really are like me and you really hate technology. Okay, so we've talked about the automating part. So we've gone through the first 3 steps that spell out PEACE, which is plan, execute, automate. Now I want to move into the next important thing, which is communicate. This is what I consider the fun stage. And this part of the process is something that you're going to start out doing in one way, but you're just going to grow and grow and grow the way that you communicate, because once your program is out there, you're going to be able to find all sorts of different ways to sell into that program. But what's important is that you have to pick one to start with. So as Henry Ford says, of course, nothing happens until somebody sells something. And so you will have to sell your program. And I'm going to tell you the ways that I am going to recommend that you start selling the program. And then I'm going to add on a few other things that you'll be able to do as time goes on. But the first thing you're going to need to do is create a free training webinar, like I mentioned earlier, and similar to the one that you're on right now. And you will promote that. And there will be multiple ways that you can promote it. So the first way that you would promote it would be through your email list. So assuming that you have an email list, you will create an email campaign, and you will use some copywriting concepts and ideas that I can share with you to get people to sign up for your webinar. So that's the first step. Now, if you don't have a list, or if you happen to be doing a lot with social media anyway, there's also a way to use social media and create your webinar, interest in your webinar and signups through social media. So you may pick one or two or both of those strategies. And that's really the best way to start online promotion. Now, another thing that you can do is you can do local and offline promotion for this program. So if you are inclined to go to meetups or networking events, that would be a great thing to do, and have some inexpensive printed material and be able to pass that out so that people will go to your landing page and sign up for your free webinar. So if you were going to be doing a speaking engagement maybe, or going to a networking group, then you would be promoting your free webinar, not selling your program, right? So the first step is go to the webinar, get some great content, learn about what you have to offer, and then people will enroll in your program. And once you have built up your system and you're getting some cash flow going in and you want to enhance your shopping cart and create an affiliate program, that would be a great thing, a great time to then start working with joint venture partners and allowing those joint venture partners to help you to promote. And so they would get a commission, but that's great because they're promoting to their list for you. So it's a win-win opportunity. And of course, you would become a joint venture partner for other people as well, which is income coming into you for promoting other people. So that's part of this communicate process. The last step is to enroll clients. Now, that's the real fun thing, right? I mean, I kind of like the selling part and the communicating part, but the enrolling is really where we get our gratification, because that's when we start really making money. People start enrolling in the program. Here is a simple but powerful rule. Always give people more than what they expect to get. And that came from Nelson Boswell. And I love that, because now you have an evergreen program that is online and it's automated. And you just need to learn the secrets to continuous enrollment, and you do that through excellent sales and service. So once you get people into your program, you can then use that leverage to bring them into other programs that you have. You will obviously also be able to connect with them through one-on-one strategy calls, where they might decide to work with you in a different capacity, maybe as one-on-one training, maybe VIP days, whatever it is that you're offering. You'll be able to actually create some unexpected training calls that you can promote to your list and to prospects that have been to your webinar but maybe haven't enrolled in your program, which will create more people enrolling in your program. And you'll just be able to continue to perfect your program based on feedback, and then word of mouth is going to spread. So your program is just going to get stronger and stronger. You're going to get stronger and stronger. Your communication is going to get stronger and stronger, and your cash flow is going to grow. So it's a great way to create something that you can continually work on. So instead of having to work one-on-one with clients all the time, you're actually working on your own program that's just getting better and better. And actually the end result is the clients are getting served even better by you. And so another thing that you can do once you have clients in your program is you can have those clients become affiliates for you. And they're the best source of new leads for you because they've already been through your program. So I highly encourage you to continuously enroll clients and just find new ways to interact with the clients that you have so that they can bring new clients, and just watch this whole thing just explode, which is why I call it the recurring income system explosion. Okay, I'm going to stop for half a second here and take a drink of water, because now I'm going to tell you about a deal that you cannot pass up. And by up, I mean a unified platform. All right, so what's a unified platform? It's simply the way that you put the components together to build your system. So I just told you what all the components are. There's 5 steps to doing this, and you know what they are. So you now have a blueprint, and you can go do it yourself. Or you can sign up for the Rise On Up 5-module video training program. And let me tell you what happens if you do that. So in this 5-module program, you are going to get me and my team walking you through a step-by-step instruction to set up your entire program. So within 1 month, you will have done every single thing you need to do to get this program online, automate it, sell it, and start making money. You will get access to a private Facebook coaching club. And in that coaching club, you will have me, you will have technical coaches, you will have marketing coaches, and you will have social media coaches. So there will be multiple coaches who are in this group that you can access anytime you need to. Not to mention other clients who are also building recurring income systems. Plus, you will have access to live Q&A calls with me and my team to get all your questions answered. So you will not be out there by yourself. And this program, you get all of this for $9.97. And we offer a 100% guarantee that you will get your system up and running. Now, because you are here on this call, on this training webinar with me, and you are one of the inaugural clients, and I told you that I was going to have some special bonus for you, I am going to tell you that you can take advantage of this program as a beta offer for only $497. That's right, you're going to save $500. And I'm going to throw in 3 more bonuses as well. And here's what they are. Bonus number 1 is the inaugural group bonus. I named them all. And that is that you will get a free one-on-one sales coaching session with me, where I will personally review your communication strategy for your program and help you to design the perfect sales strategy for you to use, because it's not going to be the same for everyone. So you will get that one-on-one consultation where I will help you with the whole sales strategy piece of it. And that is a $500 bonus, and you will get that for free. So right there alone, just the cost of the program, you're getting a great value. But wait! The second bonus that I'm going to give you, which I call the amazing bonus, is a 12-week membership in the Rise On Up Coaching Club. So rather than just being in the coaching club while you're going through the 5 modules, you will actually be able to be in there for 3 months, which is a $300 value. And when you're in that coaching club, I will be coaching you on sales. You will get constant coaching on sales. Danielle will train you and help you with copywriting. She is amazing at copywriting, and she is also great with autoresponders. Robin will teach you everything you need to know about Google Hangouts. Andrea is a social media expert, and she will be there to help you to design your social media strategy. And Denise will be there to assist you with any questions you have about landing pages or Infusionsoft or any other program that you may be using, One Shopping Cart or whatever. And last but not least, the third bonus is what I call the most critical bonus, is that you will get a seat at our 2015 Business Roundtable events. So we are actually going to be running 4 events in 2014 that are business mastermind roundtables. And this is where you are going to meet your JV partners. This is where you are going to have an opportunity to really collaborate with other coaches and trainers who are setting up these recurring income systems, and you are going to be able to cross promote. And when you cross promote for other people, you make money when you sell theirs and you promote their program to your list, and you make money when they promote your program to their list also. So it is a win-win. And we are going to have 4 of these, and I'm not sure yet if there'll be how many of them will be live, but they will all be virtual no matter what. So you won't miss out if you decide that you just want to do it virtually. But you will have access to a seat at each one of these, and that is a $1,200 value. So don't miss out. You are lucky because you are one of the first people that are hearing about this program. I want you in the program. Obviously, I want you to build a recurring revenue income stream, and I want to help you do it. I want to see you succeed so that you will become an affiliate later down the road and promote for us. And so I have a huge vested interest in your success, and you'll be getting a lot of my undivided attention because you are one of the early adopters or inaugural people in the program. So these free bonuses are only available to anybody who's on this webinar. And if you are ready to sign up, you go to www.yes2rise, YESTORISE, yes2rise.com, and take advantage of this special pricing and get all of these bonuses. Don't miss this opportunity to get your own recurring income system built fast. You will have this up and running in a month, and you'll be ready to make money for the holidays, which is awesome. And maybe even take a little rest for the holidays because you'll have this hard work done and a system that's working for you. So for those of you who aren't sure what you're doing, go ahead to www.yes2rise.com and pick up your resource guide and get going and do it on your own if you need to. But for those of you who know that this is the right program for you, sign up at www.yes2rise.com and we will get moving on this. And I am so excited to help you to build your own recurring revenue income system. I don't know why I keep saying revenue tonight. I got R on the brain, but it's really a recurring income system. And we are going to create it, and you are going to make money, and that is exciting. So thank you so much for joining me. And once more, the link should be right below this video. Go to www.yes2rise.com, and whether you sign up or not, you will be able to access your free resource guide there as well. All right, talk to everybody soon. Thank you so much for joining me today.